Imagine being told no over 100 times, only to turn those rejections into one of the most successful tech startups in the world. That's the story of Melanie Perkins, the co-founder of Canva. Today, Canva is used by over 170 million people each month and is valued at around $26 billion as of May 2024. But what makes this story even more incredible is how unlikely its success seemed at the start. In this video, we're diving deep into the journey of Melanie Perkins, the hidden billionaire behind Canva, and how her idea went from humble beginnings to reshaping how millions of people design. If you're looking for inspiration on how to turn your vision into reality, this is a story you don't want to miss. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment about your own entrepreneurial goals, or if you've used Canva yourself. Let's start at the very beginning. Melanie grew up in Perth, Australia, far from the tech hubs of Silicon Valley. As a teenager, she wasn't thinking about billion-dollar tech companies. Her first taste of entrepreneurship came from something a lot simpler: selling scarves. While she was still in high school, Melanie made and sold handmade scarves to local shops in Perth. Her mom would drive her around to these boutiques where she nervously pitched her products. This small venture taught Melanie one of her first business lessons. You need to believe in what you're selling, even if it's just scarves. But it wasn't until she went to college that the idea for an easy-to-use design tool was sparked in Melanie's mind. Melanie was studying communications at the University of Western Australia when she noticed something frustrating. She was tutoring fellow students in design programs like Adobe Photoshop and InDesign, and the learning curve was incredibly steep. People would spend entire semesters just learning the basics, where the buttons were, how to layer images, and so on. It was complicated, and it made design feel inaccessible to most people. That's when the seed for Canva was planted. So, at age 19, Melanie made the risky decision to drop out of college and pursue entrepreneurship. But at first, Canva wasn't a massive global idea. Melanie's first step was much smaller. Along with her boyfriend, now husband, Cliff Obrecht, she launched Fusion Books, an online tool to help schools create yearbooks. It allowed students and teachers to design their yearbooks by simply dragging and dropping photos and text onto templates. Fusion Books was run from Melanie's mom's living room, where they handled everything, including printing and distribution. Even though Fusion Books was a small operation, it worked. It became the largest yearbook publisher in Australia and expanded to France and New Zealand. But Melanie and Cliff knew they could do more. They had bigger dreams. Fusion Books was a proof of concept. It showed that people were hungry for easier design tools. But to really make an impact, they needed to take it to the next level. That's when the idea for Canva, as we know it, really started taking shape. Melanie wanted to create a platform where anyone could design anything, whether it was a social media post, a business card, a flyer, or a presentation. And it didn't matter if you had no design experience. The tools would be intuitive, making it easy for even complete beginners to create professional-looking designs. But turning this idea into a reality wasn't going to be easy. At the time, Australia wasn't exactly known for its tech startups. If you wanted to get investors interested, you had to go to Silicon Valley. So in 2010, Melanie and Cliff packed their bags and flew to California to pitch their idea to venture capitalists. But here's where things got tough. They were turned down again and again and again. Over 100 investors rejected them. That would discourage almost anyone, right? But Melanie didn't quit. Every time they got a no, they went back, refined their pitch, and tried again. The persistence paid off when they eventually met Bill Tai, a well-known Silicon Valley investor, at a kiteboarding event. Melanie was networking at every event and opportunity possible, and it paid off massively for her. You see, Bill was impressed not just by Melanie's idea, but by her determination. He agreed to introduce her to more people in his network, including Lars Rasmussen, one of the co-creators of Google Maps. This was a turning point. Lars Rasmussen loved the idea, and it was through him that they connected with Cameron Adams, a former Google engineer who would eventually become Canva's co-founder and chief product officer. Together, they began building what we now know as Canva. But even after these important introductions, it wasn't smooth sailing. Melanie and her team had to keep refining the product, testing, and learning from every failure. Finally, in 2013, Canva officially launched. And from the start, it was clear they had something special. Unlike complicated design software, so like Photoshop, Canva made it easy for anyone to create professional designs with just a few clicks. You didn't need to know anything about layers or image resolution. The drag-and-drop interface lets users easily customize templates and add elements to create something beautiful. The timing couldn't have been better. Social media was taking off, and small businesses, influencers, and everyday users all needed ways to create eye-catching visuals. Canva made that possible without the steep learning curve of other design tools. Within a few years, Canva had millions of users, and its growth didn't stop there. But what really sets Canva apart isn't just the product, it's the vision behind it. Melanie always believed that design should be accessible to everyone. She didn't just want to build a tool for professionals, she wanted to empower anyone with a creative idea to bring it to life. And when you look at Canva, that's exactly what Melanie did. With this tool, a small business owner can make a logo, a teacher can create lesson materials, and a student can design a presentation. This inclusivity has been a key part of Canva's success. By 2024, Canva had grown into a design giant with over 170 million monthly users and a valuation of around $26 billion. Canva also added and refined more features, including video editing, website creation, and document formatting, making it a one-stop shop for all things design. Also in 2024, Canva acquired Affinity, a company known for advanced design software, which shows that Canva is pushing further into the professional design space. Even with these insane achievements, Melanie has stayed humble and focused on her mission. What's refreshing to see is that Melanie and her husband Cliff, who is also a co-founder, have pledged to give away most of their wealth to philanthropic causes. They have committed to giving back a portion of their equity, profits, and time to help improve the world. Another thing that makes Canva stand out is the company culture Melanie has built. Canva employs over 4,000 people globally and has expanded its reach to 90% of Fortune 500 companies. Melanie has always been focused on creating an environment where employees are encouraged to collaborate and innovate. One of Canva's core values is to be a force for good. This is seen in how they treat their employees and their approach to business. They emphasize work-life balance, flexibility, and the idea that everyone should be working towards a common goal. It's no wonder that Canva was ranked as one of the best places to work in Australia in 2018. Now, you might be wondering, what's next for Melanie and Canva? Well, they're not slowing down anytime soon. Canva keeps expanding its features, especially with AI, and Melanie sees the company growing and evolving to meet the needs of its users. So, what can we learn from Melanie Perkins' story? First, persistence is key. If she had given up after the first few rejections, Canva wouldn't exist today. Second, sometimes the most successful ideas come from solving a simple problem, in this case, making design easy and accessible. And finally, success isn't just about building a profitable company, it's about staying true to your values and using your success to make a positive impact on the world. If Melanie's journey has inspired you to start your own business or given you that little push to keep going, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who needs a little entrepreneurial inspiration.